We have 5 minutes. We're going to take that opportunity to talk about
Peeling
Peeling Shadows. How did the show come about? An ensemble, the challenges, because I'd imagine there was a lot of egos in the room, or there wasn't. I don't know. You guys tell me. So I'd love to get into that.
Yeah, we sorted it out outside.
Yeah.
I'm joking. So we were in Kwasha together.
Yeah.
And I think this was like what, third, fourth month in.
Can you tell our audience what is Kwasha for somebody who doesn't know?
So Kwasha Theatre Company was at the time a theatre company under the Market Theatre Foundation for graduates who are fresh from university that are given the opportunity to join a theatre company and work for a year on a monthly salary. To create work that will be staged and performed throughout, at the time, the country.
Yeah.
But we couldn't because it was COVID. Our year was COVID year, so we had a really tough one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's essentially a theatre company for graduates that are fresh from drama school.
Okay, right. Yeah, you can.
And so we were part of Kwasha Theatre Company, and obviously then we have to devise our own piece as part of the contract, and part of the projects that we're doing for the year. And I remember we came up with quite a few ideas about what we wanted to stage, and we were not really sort of like bought into. We were not, I don't know, I was not sold by most of the ideas that we had, apart from Peeling Shadows.
The seed was, we wanted to look at urban myth in South Africa. There's all these stories of, Tokoloshis, there's stories of Pinky. Yeah, there's a lot of these interesting urban myths. Then one of the urban myths we came across was the taxi cat. Have you heard of the taxi cat from Fourways?
Oh yes, that was a thing where apparently there was a taxi, yes, and then there was a cat that was driving the taxi, but it would disappear.
Oh, the driver would turn into a cat.
I saw it on
cat
TikTok or something. It was trending, but I didn't follow it.
Yeah, so we had a look at that on the news, because during COVID, a lot of us were just on our phones, and we were looking at urban myths, and then that was the first idea, and we were like, nah. Then the essential workers buzz term came up, essential workers, because there's who's working during COVID, who's not, and we looked at actually, maybe let's look at essential workers. So we looked at essential workers, and it started with urban myth, and then essential workers. Then let's make a myth about an essential worker. Then I'm not sure how this part came through, but a detective became part of it. Police.
Police. Yeah, because we also felt like, then what is justice? What does justice look like? Sorry, and I think that's essentially what the core of the play is as well. Is just refining justice and what that looks like in our country, especially now that there's a lot happening, corruption and police just coming out talking about how politicians are corrupted. And I like that our story sort of bleeds into the narrative of what South Africa looks like today, and you get to travel with all of these characters. You get to travel with the Gumete family, the Gumete siblings. You get to travel with Pamela Jack, with Buang. So they are the culprits in the story. They're the ones, the Gumete family. They're the villains. And here's Pamela Jack, who's trying to solve this case for Buang because they killed my father, for money. And so now I have this suitcase of money, and they're stuck in the briefcase, and they're shadows. So there's a whole lot of multimedia. Going on, but you'd have to come to the show to really grasp what we're trying to achieve. But I think the most beautiful thing about Peeling Shadows is just that it exists in its own world as a cartoon. So we're actors as cartoons on stage. And I think that style allows for us to really then translate the world into other things without us having to worry about it being too realistic, or so there's a lot of play with magic, there's a lot of play with sound, there's a lot of play with sheets and background
shadow
visuals.
theater.
He draws on a projector as the play happens, so there's also live visual art going on, so it's really quite fun. It's a fun piece from the ages of 12, right? 12 going up.
Didn't you guys say 7?
We actually had a conversation about this earlier on this week. We were we actually did change the ages because we realized that the context might be a little bit too heavy for a younger group, and so also then we realized that with the time we don't have enough time to really change the tone of the play for a younger group, because then that means that we need to be afforded another 2-3 weeks of rehearsal to tone it down for a younger group. And because we've already staged this before for a specific group, it's that we will pick up from where we left off to stage for these 4 days. And then moving forward, we'll then think about how does this bleed into younger audiences, and then maybe there can be a different show for them, still with the same context. But for this, it's a little bit too heavy for 7-year-olds.
Responsible creators. I love that. South Africa, did you hear that? That there are creators who care for you.
Yes.
Because we worry, man, with a lot of things that we see on television, especially with kids. Adults, I don't worry a lot. I think Guti, they can, interpret things and, understand. Yeah, for kids, that's who I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Joel, as a director of this play, what are some
Yes.
of the challenges and those beautiful moments that came along in creating this piece?
Oh man, the beautiful moments came through quite late into the first staging, but it was incredible because it was all just through us throwing everything but the kitchen sink at this play, and then it all landed on opening night. It all came together, and it was a beautiful. But I think the most beautiful thing was the introduction of shadow theatre. Wanda Ndlovu and Upile Bono, people who helped craft the first one, and Upile is the lead actress. She's Pamela Jack, Detective Pamela Jack. She worked really hard and was like, what is the theatre of this shadow? Like, what are we doing with these shadows? And eventually shadows became part of story. So when we were making the show, it was very interesting. While we were devising, it's like the physical became part of the written, which became part of the next phase, which was the projection. So I started using the projector. So then it's like we started inventing our own rules and inventing our own way of making theatre just for this play alone. Like, there's not another play on the planet that does what we do, because there's projection, there's shadow, there's these different light layerings, there's physical theatre and mime, and then there's the live illustration aspect. So what's fun is that we've got a lot going on, and we're all putting it together like a well-oiled machine, like a watch, like an old classic watch, and each cog has to play its part. For me as a director, it's a lot of fun to see that come together. The challenges is definitely, I wouldn't say egos in the room. Egos is the wrong word, but I think everyone finding their place in this chaos of each thing.
Don't worry, it's a safe space. Mosie, I can.
Is it really? This is going to go online. There's 1,000
I'm
people
gonna
going to watch
plug
it. Jewel,
Mosie.
don't
Yeah.
listen to this guy.
No.
It's a safe space.
Well, for me, the challenge is getting people to see what I'm seeing,
Yeah.
because I'm at the back of it, whereas a lot of the actors are in it. And they're like, wait, what's going on behind me? And it's like, no, don't worry, I'm drawing something behind you. But the actor can't see it because they're focused on doing the scene, for example. That's one of the biggest challenges, is getting the actors to kind of just remind them, no, don't worry, I've got you. I'm doing my thing at the back. Don't you worry. I've got you. I've got you. Just play, and I'll take care of you, That's for me one of the biggest. And then I think the second biggest was, like what Mosie touched on, is making the story appropriate for the audience, that we understand what we're doing. Like, it's not just beautiful theatrics. It's not just, I'm impressing you with this projection, this shadow and the illustration. It's like, are they walking away and understanding our commentary on justice, on corruption, on redemption? That is definitely the second biggest challenge, is making sure that the story lands with the audience, and we're not just throwing you
The deep end.
in the deep end, story-wise, and we're letting you figure it out. It's like, no, we care. We want you to enjoy, laugh with us, cry with us at these points too, Yeah.
Mosie says something about this show coming at a time where there's like this expose of the corruption in South Africa. Do you count that as a blessing, considering the fact that, at some point it was very, very difficult for you to like do this show around the COVID time?
Bro, you have no idea how I've knocked on doors to get this show through. Like, oh man, throughout 2021, I was fighting for funding, fighting to put it on the places. It just wasn't happening. And then, it is a blessing that this... well, it's not a good thing that our police are going through this crisis, but
Thank you for giving us.
But thank you, it helps our story. But even like last night, this Daily Maverick revelation,
the
right?
bribe and stuff.
The bribe. I was just like, oh man, here we go.
That was crazy.
Here we go, because the play we made it at the time in our brain for COVID audiences. 2020, we were like, we want to make people laugh. We want to also make something very meaningful. And we were trying to talk about essential work, justice, And so now that we've come back and it's this time of police-state crisis and corruption and crime, and we're talking about those exact things. It's like, it feels scripted, you know, by the big guy upstairs. It feels almost too timely, too coincidental.
I think it's happening at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. And the main character is representing that. Pamela Jack is representing that question. How can we have faith in these institutions? How can we have faith again in the police? You know, like, I don't know if you've been stopped by police recently on a roadblock, but like now when I get stopped, I just look and I wonder, like, like, what's going on, you know? What's going on? Is this guy part of this or that? Where's his fingers, for example? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he taking bribes? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? So there's a lot of interesting things that the play is speaking to without us having to try to speak to it, type of thing.
Mosie, 2 last questions. Mysticism, myth in the show. I don't know, would you consider this to be a genre of horror? And also, because you did mention the fact that you are not a huge fan of non-fictional stuff, you know, how did you agree to the idea?
I think that's a very good one. I think because it's theater, and I love the theater, and I'm willing to throw myself in there. When it comes to theater, I'm like, if we are doing horror, let's do it. But also, it's not like spooky to the point where you will have nightmares after watching the show. I think it's more like, oh my God, I'd like to see more of what these people can do with these little resources that they have. Oh my God, these bodies are playing so well with these shadows. I think it's very light horror, and there's just a lot of magic that happens, and I think that's really what's so beautiful about it. So I don't walk away feeling like, oh my God, I traumatized myself as an actor. Now I have to summon things to get into character. No, it's very playful horror. It's actually very funny. Like, it's like, some people watch horror movies and laugh. Hey, even when it's really scary.
I had an ex that was obsessed with horror, and she used to laugh.
I don't get how people can watch horror and laugh, but you'll definitely laugh with this one. It's funny.
Okay. Now don't worry, you're spiritually protected to watch the show. Joel, a new style of theatre was born, as stated in your forward, Popeye. How did that come about? And also, can you wrap it up by talking about the different kind of influences of style that came into this?
Sure. So the first style was... I don't know if this has a name, but I watched a play all the way back in 2013. No, 2012, called Mano Libera, which means free hand in Italian. It was an Italian play. I was at the National Arts Festival, and they had that style of a live illustrator with 2 actors reacting to what's going on. And it was a 2-hour play of just a man and a woman running through this world as cartoon characters, like trying to figure out what this creator is doing to them. So I was very intrigued by that, so I took that. So that's the first influence. And the second influence comes from the shadow theater element. And then the third, and I think most interesting part, is music, as well as African theater styles, African theater making, township theater, image making, very heavily influenced by Snentlentla Prince Mgay, co-director.
Shout out Sneja.
Yeah, shout out Sneja. He plays a big part in the physical world of the play and how the actors are moving on stage, their bodies. And we basically blended 3 styles together. And in that blending, it's like, this is really interesting. It's got new rules. What are they doing behind the sheet when they're shadows? What are they doing in front of the sheet? Like, it's got its own really difficult but amazing style. So yeah, the name we're still kind of considering, but Popeye Theatre came up because we're making Popeyes. Like, it is the funniest play I've ever worked on. Characters are so alive and animated. And we're trying to present the illusion that these characters are cartoons. These humans are cartoons. Like, when you're watching it with your eye, the aim is that your eye gets tricked into believing that they're cartoons on stage, type of thing. Instead of a hologram, it's like this actor has transformed into a Popeye. So those were the seeds, those 3 main styles and influences. And I think as well, South Africa, the way South Africans are, some of the slang we use, some of the funny ways we talk, you know. I
love that. What's next for you after
Peeling Shadows? What's next for me? I'm currently writing a play. I'm writing I'm writing a play called Whale Shark. I'm rewriting, hoping to get eyes on that. And then there is hope to move Peeling Shadows to other spaces for more performances.
Let's go.
And there is, I don't know, I like the music of Peeling Shadows. I want to make an album.
Yes.
And maybe make it into a comic book.
Yeah.
Because it's got a visual appeal already.
Yes.
So there's an idea to move it into other media, to turn Peeling Shadows outside of theatre and make it live on in other media forms.
Yeah.
That's currently, at the moment, what's cooking. Yeah.
I can see that happening. And by the way, this camera is holding you accountable in case you don't do it. You're tired of speaking of these ideas and not seeing them into fruition.
No, we must speak it into existence.
Yes.
Please.
Anything above 1% grows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Love it.
Mosie,
Yeah.
what's next for you?
You know, God knows. God, I put my trust in that nigga. I'm like, yo, you better see me through.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to take it 1 month at a time. But yeah, I'm hoping to keep performing as always. And I am working on music, so yeah, we'll be in chats with that very soon.
Please.
On my socials. So
Please.
just be on the lookout for something.
And when you're
those
done,
lines.
this is your home. Come back.
Yes.
Let's discuss this.
Absolutely.
Jewel, when you're done with the play, let's come and talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully I've got a comic book to show you. It's like
Please.
Peeling Shadows, man. I got the
Please,
pages, I
please,
got
please.
it all.
You know what I took from this
Yeah.
conversation that we just had? I'm like, I want to go into your, whatever that you're eating, whatever that you're drinking. Take me to your well,
We'll go to Japan, brother. Let's go.
Let's go. Guys, I'm just going to give you an opportunity to talk to that camera, Sia. Talk to that camera, tell people, invite people to come and watch Peeling Shadows, the dates, ticket prices, and where.
Nice.
So we are going to be staging Peeling Shadows from the 14th to the 17th of August 2025 at the Mamaregane Theatre. Please do come. Tickets are at 150 and it is for the ages of 12 until, 100. Whatever age you are above 12, you are more than welcome to join us.
More than welcome. Co-directed by Senenhlanhla Prince Ngay and myself, and with a lot of love and care from a whole lot of cast members. And the Third Theatre Collective is the collective that's helping to create this beautiful piece together. And it is dedicated to our lighting designer, Sibusiso Ndumdum. Rest in peace, Spuda. Thank you so much. And bring everyone. Bring your mom, your dad, uncles, aunts, grandparents. It's for everyone. It's a show for everyone. So don't hesitate. Please pull through.
Yeah.
Even the shadows that stays at your home.
Yes,
Let them come to
especially
watch
them.
other shadows.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for not allowing this play to die
Thank
and
you.
for bringing it back. I don't know who made the call, but I'm happy that I'm gonna get to watch Peeling Shadows as well.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. This was lovely.
Thank you so much.
Whoa, thank you.
Cool.
Alright, so and I take it home. You're gonna make it your way to the Mamaregane Theatre to go and enjoy the show and experience the creativity from these two people. Mosie Mamaregane was here, Jewel, Leonard, Jewele was here.
Jewele.
Lina Lam ke Kabelo se gift Khang, and we're signing out.